What if I told you that the most powerful piece of technology for your brain isn't the smartphone in your pocket? It isn't the laptop on your desk, and it certainly isn't the AI cloud computing systems running the world. It is this: a pen and a piece of paper. Look around you. We live in a world obsessed with speed. We optimize for efficiency. We measure words per minute. Imagine you are sitting in a critical presentation right now. The speaker is sharing the secret to your next big breakthrough. You look to your left. Someone is typing furiously on a laptop, capturing every single word. You look to your right. Someone is holding a pen, writing slowly, deliberately. On the surface, the typist looks more productive. They are gathering more data. They are faster. But if neuroscientists could freeze time and peer inside their skulls right at this moment, they would see something startling. The laptop user's brain is almost dormant. A small, lonely cluster of neurons is managing finger movements. That's it. The rest of the mind is on standby. But the handwriter, their brain is alive. It's a symphony of electrical activity. Multiple regions are lighting up simultaneously. Neural pathways are communicating in complex patterns across the entire cortex. Same room, same content, but a radically different biological engagement. We have been sold a lie. We've been told that transcription is learning. That speed is intelligence. Today, we are going to debunk the illusion of productivity and show you how this ancient technology can increase your conceptual understanding, boost your memory by 34%, and physically rewire your brain for genius. Part 1, the efficiency trap. Let's start with the stupidity trap that smart people fall into. It's the confusion between capturing information and encoding information. In a landmark study conducted by researchers at Princeton University and the University of California, Los Angeles, they pitted typists against handwriters. The results were uncomfortable for anyone who loves their MacBook. The laptop users predictably wrote more. Their notes were verbatim transcripts of the lecture. They had gigabytes of data. But when they were tested on conceptual understanding, the ability to actually connect ideas and apply them, they scored significantly lower. Psychologists call this the illusion of competence. When you type, you can transcribe faster than your brain can process meaning. You hear the words and your fingers simply copy them. The information goes from the lecturer's mouth, through your ears, to your fingers, and onto the screen. It completely bypasses your brain's processing centers. You aren't learning. You are functioning as a human Xerox machine. Conversely, handwriting is slow. And that slowness is not a bug, it is a feature. Because you cannot write as fast as someone speaks, your brain is forced to make split-second executive decisions. You have to listen. You have to analyze. You have to ask, is this important? How do I summarize this? What does this connect to? This struggle activates the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. Think of the RAS as the bouncer of your brain. It filters out the noise and decides what gets into the VIP section of your long-term memory. When you type, the bouncer is asleep. When you write, the bouncer is wide awake, stamping important on every concept you struggle to put down on paper. The Princeton researchers found that even when they explicitly told laptop users, "Please do not type word for word," they couldn't help it. The habit was too strong. The path of least resistance makes us intellectually lazy. Part 2, the neuroscience of ink. So, what is physically happening when ink meets paper? This is where the neuroscience gets fascinating. When you type, the motion for hitting the A key is identical to the motion for hitting the B key. It is just a button press. There is no unique spatial relationship. But handwriting is a complex motor task. To write the letter S, your brain must plan a curvature. To write T, it plans a vertical stroke and a cross. You are engaging the motor cortex, the visual cortex, and the language circuits simultaneously. This triangulation creates a unique neural fingerprint for every single word you write. Recent brain imaging technology has shown that this complex movement triggers a synchronization of brain waves that typing does not. Specifically, it activates theta waves and alpha waves in the parietal and central brain regions. Why does this matter? Theta waves are associated with encoding new information and neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to physically change itself. Alpha waves are associated with idle processing and memory consolidation. When these waves pulse in harmony, you enter a state of deep learning. You are literally carving the information into your gray matter. A study from Tokyo University quantified this impact. They found that students who wrote notes by hand had better recall 1 week later compared to those who used tablets or keyboards. The difference wasn't small. It was a massive gap in spatial memory and conceptual integration. History leaves clues. Leonardo da Vinci, Albert Einstein, Marie Curie, J.K. Rowling, Bill Gates, all of them known for prolific, messy, handwritten notes. Bill Gates takes Think Weeks, where he disconnects from digital devices and just reads and writes in notebooks. They aren't doing this for nostalgia. They are doing it because they understand consciously or unconsciously that the hand is the instrument of the mind. But you might be thinking, I'm not Bill Gates, I'm not a genius, I'm just trying to survive my job. Let me tell you the story of Alex. 3 years ago, Alex was a junior marketing analyst at a high-pressure firm in New York. To be honest, Alex was struggling. He wasn't the smartest person in the room. In fact, he was on a performance improvement plan, corporate speak for "you are about to get fired." Alex's problem was that he was drowning in data. He sat in strategy meetings typing 80 words per minute, terrified of missing a single detail. He had thousands of pages of notes in his Google Drive. But when his boss asked for an opinion, Alex's mind would go blank. He had the data, but he had zero insight. He was a human recorder, not a thinker. One day, out of sheer desperation, or maybe, he just forgot his charger. Alex walked into a critical stakeholder meeting with nothing but a cheap notebook and a ballpoint pen. Without the safety blanket of his keyboard, he panicked at first. He couldn't transcribe everything. He was forced to listen. He had to wait. He had to process. Instead of writing 500 words of noise, he wrote down 3 key sentences. He drew a connection between a customer complaint and a product feature that everyone else had missed because they were too busy typing. At the end of the meeting, Alex spoke up. He shared that insight. The room went silent. The CEO nodded. That was the turning point. Alex didn't become a genius overnight. But by switching to handwriting, he forced his brain to stop collecting and start synthesizing. The brain fog lifted. Fast forward to today. Alex isn't a junior analyst anymore. He is a strategy director. He has tripled his income. He says that while his peers are still competing on how fast they can work, he competes on how deeply he can think. And in the knowledge economy, deep thinking is the only thing that pays. Part 3. The 21-Day Neuro-Rewire Challenge. Information without application is just entertainment. You now know the science. You know that typing creates shallow memories and writing creates deep understanding. But how do you apply this in a digital world? You can't just throw away your laptop. I want to invite you to the 21-Day Neuro-Rewire Challenge. This is a protocol designed to rehabilitate your attention span and sharpen your intellect. Here is the roadmap. Week 1. The digital detox, the input phase. For the first 7 days, your goal is to break the transcription habit. Here is the rule. During meetings, lectures, or while reading books, keep your laptop closed. Use a single physical notebook. But here is the twist. Do not write sentences. I want you to use the Cornell method, or mind mapping. Force yourself to use arrows, boxes, and diagrams. If you hear an idea, draw it. Why? Because you cannot draw on a standard keyboard. This forces your brain out of linear transcription mode and into spatial processing mode. It will feel slow. It will feel frustrating. Good. That friction is your brain waking up. Week 2, the retrieval practice, the consolidation phase. Now we go deeper. For For days 8 through 14, we introduce the 24-hour loop. Most people take notes and never look at them again. That is useless. In week 2, every morning, open your notebook to the page you wrote yesterday. Spend exactly 2 minutes reading it. Then close the book. Take a fresh sheet of paper and try to write down the core summary of yesterday's notes from memory. This is called active recall. It signals to your hippocampus that this information is vital for survival. This simple 2-minute act will do more for your intelligence than 10 hours of passive reading. Week 3, the synthesis, the output phase. For the final week, days 15 to 21, we use handwriting for creation, not just collection. Before you open your laptop to write an email, a report, or a script, sit with your pen for 10 minutes. Outline your structure. Draft your opening argument. Sketch the flow. You will find that when you finally switch to the keyboard to execute, the work is already done. You won't face writer's block because the thinking happened on the paper. The typing just becomes the formatting. Conclusion: own your mind. We live in an economy of distraction. Your attention is being sold to the highest bidder. Apps, notifications, and infinite scrolls are designed to fragment your thinking. When you open a laptop, you are entering a world of other people's demands. But when you open a notebook, you are entering a world of your own thoughts. It is a sanctuary. Handwriting is cognitive resistance. It is a declaration that you value understanding over speed. You value wisdom over data. So the next time you sit down to learn something that matters, don't reach for the device that connects you to the world. Reach for the tool that connects you to yourself. Pick up a pen, rewire your brain, and watch what happens